Hi, this is Pastor Ken, and behind me is the Atlantic Ocean. I'm currently in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I'm recording some videos based on the illustrations given by Dr. Donald Gray Barnhouse, was pastor of the 10th Presbyterian Church in Philadelphia. Now, the illustration I share with you comes from the book that he put out called Man's Ruin. And it's basically expository preaching from Romans chapter 1. This illustration comes on page 8 in the book Man's Ruin, copyright, I believe, 1952. Paul could never forget the pit from which he had been digged. The Lord had taken him out of the miry clay and put his feet upon the rock, and for him all things were new. He could never forget it. It's impossible to understand the epistle without remembering this. What man can forget what he has been delivered from the bondage of sin into the glorious liberty of the children of God? Everyone who has traveled by air knows the lifting sensation that comes when the grinding friction of the wheels on the runway suddenly ceases and the plane is airborne. 10,000 times more is the joyous emotion of the soul when there comes the full realization that our chains have been loosed forever and that we stand justified in the sight of God and all His holiness, who by nature must hate sin, and who now, because of the redemption provided in the death of His Son, made Himself known as love toward the sinner. And I think about the many times that I've traveled by air on jet. Now, I'm not sure when Dr. Barnhouse wrote this if he was referring to a jet or a propeller plane. Most likely this was propeller plane that he's referring to. But when I travel by jet, I like to sit in my seat and try to figure out the precise second at which the wheels are off the ground and we start our upward climb. For me, it's a lot of fun to think about that. And Dr. Barnhouse is trying to say that there's a joyous sensation that comes to every believer when every believer truly knows that he or she has been delivered from sin. A lot like this feeling of being lifted and going up into the air in the power of a turbo jet airplane or even just a regular propeller airplane. Thank you for watching. End of video.